Hello, hello, hello. This is Bigbobby, your favorite click and chortle guru from Studio L7, where we dish out more than just tips on photography, podcasting, field recording, and B2B filmmaking. Today I've got a flavor-bursting proposition that'll make your taste buds do a little boogie. Now hold on to your lenses, folks, because we're trading our f-stops for food stops and our light meters for lamb. That's right. St. Anna Greek Orthodox Church over in sunny Roseville, California, is so thrilled about its nearly finished construction that they're saying, "Let there be food festival." Picture this, a 2-day Epicurean extravaganza where the shutterbugs meet the sugar bugs. Mark your calendars for Saturday, the 9th of September from 11 a.m. to the light-leaking golden hour of 10 p.m., and again on Sunday the 10th, from high noon until the 8 p.m. twilight. But don't fret, my Focus faithful. The only thing getting underexposed here is your diet. So grab your widest wide-angle lens and prepare to capture the culinary cornucopia. The only rule? No flash. It scares the souvlaki. Now you don't want to lose the plot here, so be sure to follow the festival on Facebook for all the sizzling, drool-worthy updates. Consider it the sneak peek trailer to your feature flavor film. So pack up your camera bag, folks, and make sure to leave room for a doggy bag. Let's show them how we say cheese at Studio L7. And remember, when it comes to food and photography, timing is everything. So don't get caught waiting for the reheat. Catch you at the festival, folks. Bigbobby, signing off. And we're back. You're listening to the Studio L7 podcast, where we dive deep into the world of photography, podcasting, field recording, and everything to do with filmmaking in the B2B world. I'm your host, Bigbobby, or BB as my friends call me. Not the BB King, though, folks. My guitar playing is terrible, but my shutter clicking, now that's a different story. Let's dive in. Today's episode is quite special, folks, because it's being recorded on a day that holds a special place in all our hearts. Mother's Day. You know, a day that's all about paying tribute to our first art critics, our first fans, and in many cases, the inspirations of our work. Speaking of Mother's Day, I almost forgot to tell you something. My mom, Joy, was probably the most important influence on my life. Not only do I thank her for the man I have become, but there's another person I need to wish a happy Mother's Day. Not my mom, but she is the mom of my kids. And not just any mom, but a true artist. Now you might be thinking, BB, that's sweet, but where's the humor in all of this? Well, buckle up, friends, because this is where the roller coaster ride begins. Picture this. My wife, the mother of my children, is an artist. And the first time she picked up a paintbrush, it was like a fish discovering water. But like any amateur, her first few creations were, how can I put this nicely? They were abstract, folks. So abstract that you'd need a PhD in advanced art theory to decipher them. But hey, we all start somewhere, right? I remember my first shot. It was a black and white photo of a lamppost, and boy did I think it was profound. I showed it to my mom and said, "Look, Mom, it's a metaphor for guidance, a beacon of hope." And she said, "No, son, that's just a lamppost." But back to my wife. You see, her art is like a whirlwind. It starts as a tiny idea in her mind, and then suddenly, there's paint everywhere, canvases piled high, and the kids are covered in various shades of blue and green. Oh, the joys of living with an artist. You might think that a photographer and an artist would be a match made in heaven, and you're right. But that doesn't mean there aren't some, let's call them creative differences. Like the time we decided to collaborate on a project. I wanted to do a series of black and white portraits, and she wanted to add her artistic touch. So, after a lengthy discussion and several cups of coffee, we agreed on a compromise. I would take the photos and she would paint over them, creating a unique blend of our two styles. Brilliant, right? Well, it started off great. I captured some fantastic shots and she began to work her magic. But then, as I'm watching her paint, I realized she's covering up my entire photo. So, there I was, watching her turn my crisp black and white portrait into an abstract dreamscape. I said, "You're painting over the entire photo." And she looked at me with that mischievous sparkle in her eye and said, "Well, dear, I did say I would add my artistic touch. I won't lie, folks. I was speechless. My beautiful black and white portrait was now a riot of colors. But you know what? It was beautiful, because it wasn't just a photo anymore. It wasn't just a painting. It was a perfect blend of both our worlds. Our love for each other and our love for our art, all captured in one frame. And that's what makes her the amazing mom and artist she is. She isn't afraid to try new things, to mix the conventional with the unconventional. to create something that's uniquely hers, and she's passing on those traits to our kids, encouraging them to find their own paths, to create their own art. And as a dad, I couldn't be prouder. Now, I know what you're thinking. BB, that's sweet and all, but where's the funny part? Well, friends, the funny part is that despite all our creative differences, despite all the chaos and paint splatters, I wouldn't change a thing, because at the end of the day, we're not just a family, we're a team of artists, each with our own unique style. So here's to my mom, Joy, for introducing me to the world of art. To my wife, for showing me that art is more than just a photo or a painting. And to all the moms out there who are inspiring their kids to create their own masterpieces. And remember, folks, it doesn't matter if you're a photographer, a painter, or a podcaster like me. We're all artists in our own way. So keep creating, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep having fun. Because at the end of the day, that's what art is all about. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Studio L7 podcast. I'll be back next week with more stories, tips, and laughs from the world of photography and filmmaking. Until then, this is Bigbobby signing off. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.